What's going on, YouTube? Wanted to go ahead and do a quick video talking about the decals that I have for this model. So, as you can see, I kind of have four different groups here. I have these two as individual, this here is grouping, and then this up here. The original decal sheet that I purchased from PPP, you can see in kind of the early videos, has the card and talks about the actual car itself. I use this along with another sheet that I had just to kind of get an idea of what I was going to need to make this kit and to actually build it out as it needs to be. I had a digital picture of this here that I could blow up, as well as a picture of the 32 that they didn't have on the sheet here of it with another car that allowed me to kind of double check a couple of the markings. It was half hidden, so it makes it difficult. Trying to get the exact right decals for this era of NASCAR is kind of a challenge. So, um, what I'm using out of the PPP set is going to be obviously the numbers, the Holman and Moody competition performance, and competition proven, as well as the 410, the Ford, the name, and then the blue Regal ride. I also had a set from Powerslide of 65 through 70. I think it's 73 or 70. Um, Decals that kind of are the different contingencies from them. That had the majority of what I needed, and being that they are printed by Cartograph, I've used them before. They go down absolutely beautiful. So instead of using the kit decals that basically is just an entire sheet of carrier film, so you need to cut them out very close to the numbers and or the area to keep carrier film to a minimum. I thought about it and it's just like, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use most of these, which are great decals, but there's one decal for this build that was very elusive, and that's this pure with the circle. I have a bunch of them that is the square pure decals from the late 60s. That's in almost every kit, but there's only two kits that I happen to have that had this. This one here, which is probably the one I will use just because of the clarity of it, came from the Model King Paul Goldsmith number 2564 Belvedere. And this one came from the 1966 Ford Galaxie kit that round 2 had just released through 8 AMT. So the color of this one I think is a little bit closer to what's actually displayed on the car, but I like the clarity of this decal, so I'm going to go ahead and use this one. I'm hoping that once it's on a white background, it kind of sticks out more. But again, it's just kind of pointing out the fact that sometimes you gotta try to hunt and find the contingency decals for some of the kits. The other thing that I found interesting, if you, granted, like I said, I pencil marked over this one, but if you find online a large picture of this here, the MP, there's an additional gold little box that's up here where this little L is. What's missing is a little gold reflective box. From the pictures that I have seen, it doesn't look like that specific one it had the gold box. It looks like it had been either cut out or it wasn't used in that specific with that specific car. So at this point, what I've got is what I'll be using. I'm going to get the body prepped and we will get them laid down. Now, like I was saying though, you do got to make sure that you cut the decals out. These are a couple of the PPPs that I'm not using because these were for the Dan Gurney. And as you can see with this one here, you got just a little bit more carrier film than this one here, where I had cut pretty much just to the decal. Didn't seem like I needed to do any sort of gloss, top coat, anything like that. They, seemed to go down just fine. But just thought I'd go ahead and mention that as getting ready to get the decals laid on. About the struggle I had finding, one decal, which luckily I had quite a few other kits, so I was able to source that from that. So again, if you have any questions, post down below. The next video that will be coming up is the build day 10 completion video, where pretty much all of these decals will be sitting on the body. So hope you guys are enjoying this. Have a wonderful rest of your day if you don't get the chance to check out my other video immediately, and I'll catch you later.